And
Ah,
you came down.
that was you're a genius. So okay, let's just deconstruct this a little bit. Let's step back. What happened? What did you do? How did this happen?
After our last talk of last week of putting Facebook posts out, I was sitting on it for 3 days. And then I ended up putting a Facebook post out with a stop go sign and a go sign, and underneath it said, "Which mindset do you have?"
I saw that. That was brilliant.
Yep. And I offered free 30-minute sessions. And this woman took me up, and we connected. And so the difference was, in the past, I had tried to sell. With this woman, we connected. It was just like I've met my best friend.
Good. So walk through that process. So she said, yes, I want to talk about things. What was the natural rhythm of the conversation? How did it start? What did you do?
I asked her what made you ask for the call, and she talked about, she's done a lot of self-development, but she is stuck. She has 2 businesses. She has a cleaning business and she has a coaching business. Her background is German, and she has to work very, very hard.
Oh, yes, it's the German way.
So we really connected on that. And I didn't want to share this with her because it takes a while to learn it.
Good.
So I did use the faster EFT, and in the end just tap on the collarbone while I talked her through her fears. What would happen if she let go of the cleaning business, and she got all the fears and the self-doubt and blah, blah, blah. And she started crying, and I talked her through that. And because the tapping sends a calming message to the brain.
Yes, and genius to give her that level of value there. It's something that she can get instant or near instant rewards from, and she connects the rewards and the transformation in that moment to you. Nice one. Good. Keep going. Yep.
Yeah, so I talked her through the process. She let go. She took a deep breath, as they all do, and it was clear. And so I talked her through the positive, the transition. I can do this. I am good enough. I am worthy, blah, blah, blah. And she was as happy as. And so I said, look, that's what I'll be doing in my course. So I told her a little bit about the course, and she was really interested. And so I said to her, thank you for that, Mark. I said to her, I'll send you the details of the course next week. And if you want to secure your place, it'd be worthwhile to put $100 down, because the course will fill very fast.
Good. You are magic. See, so she's put the $100 down.
She will next week, as I sent her the details of the course.
Good. Okay. And she and so what's the value of the course? What price have you got on it?
$997.
Good. Okay. Beautiful. So have you worked out a payment plan that her or anyone else goes on with $100 deposit?
Yes, I can work out a payment plan. Yeah, that's
Good.
all. I have to sit out with all those little nitty-gritty details. I have to get them done for the weekend.
That's fine. It's really, really simple. So how long is your course? It's 6 weeks?
It's 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks, yeah. And good. I was just wondering if I can. No, I can't. I was thinking of Facebook ads. I wouldn't, but I will put that back. If we could have even a meeting in person, if everybody comes from the Gold Coast, Brisbane, Sunshine Coast area, but it's fine.
I think the initial one, see what falls out of it, because there may be that type of tribe that comes from there. Yeah, but well done, really, really good. So between now and nurturing her, what details does she need from you in order to create pay the deposit of $100?
I think she is very happy. She needs the details of the course, which I have, the module 1, module 2. I got that. And I need to put it on my website, put a PayPal link down, and the payment plan. So the payment plan, how would you do it? Because it's $1,000. She's putting $100 down.
Yes, let me get to that in a minute. One thing that's really important here is when someone says yes, they've said yes in the moment, which is of the experience with you. They're not interested in the content. They're interested in how it felt to experience what you offer them. So please don't rush to go and think you've got to have your website and everything else. What you did was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So all I want you to do now, as we unpack, some of the smaller steps to do, is rinse and repeat that exact strategy with another three to four people. Okay, and we can talk about some other strategies that can lead to that session with you.
Yeah.
But that is beautiful, really, really good. And it's worthy of creating a case study from this woman. Now, you don't need to use her name or anything, but just sort of say, look, in one half an hour complimentary conversation, or whatever you want to call it, it could be a emotional
breakthrough session.
A breakthrough session or emotional breakthrough session. What did you call it?
Yeah. I quoted the name of my course, so Emotional Money Freedom Breakthrough Session.
Okay, so how about we just shorten it? That's really good. So Emotional Money Freedom, so EMF, so Emotional Money Breakthrough. So the freedom comes from doing the program.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
So Emotional Money Breakthrough Session.
Money Breakthrough,
Yep.
yeah.
And so when you're doing a video, like doing some lives, because we'll talk about that in a minute too, you could literally lead people using that using the lady that you just had as a case study, and say, look, one woman who has been struggling in business for a while, she's trying to do all the things. She's going to all the workshops, all the seminars, she's reading all the law of attraction books or whatever it is. She just felt she was blocked but didn't know where. In 30 minutes of this of this session together, she was able to free herself. There was a great shedding in that time, and now she feels super confident, super clear, or whatever she said to you. But that's a little case study to help people enroll in your Emotional Money Breakthrough Session. Okay,
yeah.
That's really good. Okay, so that's the first thing. So that can come in a post written.
You are recording this, yeah? Okay. Because
absolutely, I'm recording it. As soon as I got on, you started with your wins. I thought, oh gosh, I've got to push record on that. I don't want to lose any of this.
You better use me too, Matt. Use me, because everything up to this session is the result of the work we've done together.
Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and I see it. I see it in you because you're taking the step, and there's resistance that's coming in. So that you're stretching the rubber band. You're going, I want to go faster. I want it to, and then you go, okay, I'll just relax and I'll just go back to these basics. And that's what you did, and you found a beautiful, beautiful way of carving out your own process naturally. It just came naturally.
Yeah.
So,
but it's the security you give me that if I get stuck, I can talk to you.
Thank you.
I'm not alone in this. And as you said, you got my back. And at that moment, when you said that a few weeks ago, it was and then I thought, but there's nothing he can do.
Inge, are you okay? Thank you. It takes two to show up, right? It takes two to dance, or two to cha-cha, two to waltz, as my wife would say.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So from here, that's one of the first strategies that I would like you to do. Is, let me just see if I can bring up, and it's going to be really scratchy. No, I won't be able to do that yet, but I'll show you. I'll just do a whiteboard and see if we can get this going here. So if you've got, let's say this is your post. Okay, so that is a post, and this is a video. Okay, both classes posts, but this is a text. Okay, this is text, post. This one here is your video. So what I'd like you to do is you use the same message and you lead people to your emotional, emotional money breakthrough session. Okay, so in the text, you're talking about this lady as a case study. Okay, so case study. Oh, it's shocking there. And in the video as well, you can do the same. You can talk about the case study. And as you do more of these, you can create more case studies for yourself, Inge. Because the case study is based on the time in which, so you've collapsed an experience into a session with you. That is really, really valuable. So regardless whether they're paying for it or not, that woman was just so aligned and so beautifully available, which is why she got the result with you, okay? And because you've got that beautiful nurturing, enrollment, conversational care that is not salesy, that's just saying, where are you? Where are the blocks? Let's do something. And you just walked her through the process beautifully. Yeah. And then it was an almost cavalier, oh, by the way, if you would like to, you know, get deeper and really clear now, like you're giving her a scale on 1 to 10, how clear or blocked does she feel she is at the beginning? It might be worth doing that at the beginning. On a subjective scale, are you, give me between 1 and 100, for instance, where are you, how blocked do you feel to do with your money or your finances or your abundance or whatever it is right now? And so we choose 1 to 100 because there's a lot of scope there for people to choose their marker. And then at the end, now we're saying how free do you feel? How clear do you feel on a scale of 1 to 100? Okay. So at the beginning, it's how blocked, and then at the end of the session, how clear do you feel now? Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's the natural conversation. Well, look, at the beginning of the phone call, I said I'd help you. I'd direct you to resources and suggestions potentially that would help you at the end. So if you're comfortable, then I'm actually running a program, and I'd love you to be one of these people. Yeah. Does it make sense? So that enrollment conversation. So would you like me to tell you some more about it? They go, yes, please. That would be really good. And then you can just go through. And so here's what I'd like you we can write down these now. So you've got the title, the day, so the date that it's starting. So it's got the title, Emotional Money Freedom, 8-week intensive or 8-week masterclass or whatever you're going to call it.
Intensive.
Intensive, good.
Sorry, I didn't.
That's okay. Yep. So you've got the title, then you've got the date. So it commences on or starts on that date. So that, let's say the 12th of April, whatever it's going to be, 2017. Then the next qualifier there is it's going to be online via Zoom. Okay, and in brackets, free, free video platform or free webinar service, something like that. So they don't think there's anything right there.
That is my son. I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want him to feel rejected.
Huh?
Don't want him to feel rejected.
Oh, he's in the shop saying, "Mom, do we need bananas or something?"
That's good. That's good. So then you'll go through. So the maximum participants are 12. Okay, we're not putting a range, 8 to 12. The maximum that is 10 or 8 or 12, whatever your maximum is for that first one, and then the investment. So the investment is $9.97 up front, or a payment plan which is 11 by $100. Okay. So typically you would add 10% on top for an extended payment plan.
Okay.
Yep. So if they're doing a $100 deposit, they've got 10 more payments to go. So when you're setting up a PayPal link or any shopping cart link, you're saying it's 11 by $100 payments, or it's or it's upfront $9.97. Most people will do the payment plan, which is fine because it gives you cash flow. You see, and that's what we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so see how 100 feels, but if you would like to actually get a stronger You could do $200 as a deposit.
Yeah, I was thinking it as you asked. Yes.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
I
So
do.
200 and then 9 payments of 100 weekly payments or something like that. Yep. Or you come up with your other one. It could be, you know, five fortnightly payments. Yep.
Yeah.
5 fortnightly payments or something like that of 200. Up to you.
Yeah. I think because I'm putting to guys that they have business already, so they have some money. So I make it the 200 payments.
Good. Excellent.
5 times 200.
So it'll be five 220s. 5 times 220, so that makes $1,100. So it's your 10% on top of, okay? So 5 by 220. Now, if they've got a business and you want to sort of say, hey, do you want to claim it? If you're doing GST or anything else, then you can do that if they've got to want to put it in a business name. But good, really, really good.
Right.
Okay, so go on. Yep. Any questions from there?
Matt, I just want to say another thing which is really important. You are doing it, and maybe you are aware of it. From day one, you said you will have 8 to 12 participants. From day one, and you said you will do this, you will do this, and it really ingrains in our brain. You giving those messages. Do you do that purposefully, or it just comes out of your mouth?
It just comes out of my mouth. I've done it so long, it just comes out. So are you saying that it ingrains in your mind, meaning that what I'm sharing with you is saying you're getting 8 to 12 participants. So you've been telling
me since 4 weeks.
Yes.
And every time I talk to you, you say it. So that's what I do. Because see, the human mind is obedient.
Yes. Nice one. Nice.
So if you say that to me, my brain hears that again and again and again. And so
it's repetition for you.
Well, Matt says we have 8 to 12 participants, so I got to oblige.
Yeah, and that's right.
You will find, especially, that's the other thing I wanted to say, especially with women, we've been growing up, especially mature women, being obedient.
Right.
So for me, one of the major things was in that weekend in Noosa, you giving me in a way, not directly, but in a way, you've given me permission, and that freed me a lot. And lots of women have that same thing, that they need permission from a man. Right.
That's beautiful. Really good feedback. And is that going to come into the work that you do as well?
Yes.
Because obviously yours and my work behind the scenes is we could see that as a bit of a cathartic release of, or a discharge of, the need for a man in order for you to move forward, because now you're taking action and it's now off your own back. Yeah.
Correct. Because women, little girls, they oblige to their dad. Now, if dad disagrees, that she becomes an independent woman, which most dads do disagree. Yeah, because women get married and have children, they are not independent. Yes. We need a man's approval. So, and that, as you said, it's a cathartic experience. So that freed me incredible. And I was actually wondering how I can bring that in. If I run retreats and I have a man around, I will get that man to stand up and say something to that extent, but make a use of it in what you do. Beautiful.
I love that. That is really, really good. Really good. See, that comes into your marketing too. Really does.
Yes.
Because you connect. That's a beautiful subject. Because your niche are females, and females that have been through life. Yeah. So they're at that demographic age where they're saying, you know what, do I have independence, and are part of the blocks on my masculine side, my right side of my body, or located somewhere else? That is to do with a father figure or a masculine energy. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Nice one. I love that. Thank you. That's really good feedback. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
And you do it all in such a loving manner, so there is no doubt.
Good. And that's alignment. When it comes from that place, that's alignment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Genius. So, I love seeing wins. That's where my juices flow even more. Yeah. So I love that. As you did at the beginning of the call. It's indelibly imprinted in my brain now, Inge. That's beautiful. So what are your next steps going to be here? And before you answer that, do you need to wait till Monday to send the woman a link through personal message with an outline saying this is when we start? It's 8 weeks. She doesn't need to know the content necessarily, or is that going against what you promised?
No, I can. I haven't. So I have to put it on a Word doc. Yeah, I want to put it. I want to sit with it and make sure I'm happy with it, so it doesn't change. Yeah.
Good.
All I need is the 8 lessons. What I do. Yeah.
Good.
I haven't planned the whole course out, but I want to sit with the 8 lessons, and I want to sit because they have been changing over the last few weeks. You know, as I move forward, and I better do this. And so I want to be clear that this is the final setup. Good. Then I will email it to her. And yeah, I can send her the link. I have the website already. I use my Soul Level Healing website.
That's right. Good one.
So that's established. Yep. And it's just because this in a way fits under Soul Level Healing, I don't have a problem. So I have a tab there already, courses. So I'll just put another course there with the payment, with the PayPal button.
Yeah, and you just send her that page link. Yep. Correct. And so she goes directly there. So the other thing to consider as we move forward is that you have a dedicated page, so there is no chance of anyone leaving that page through distraction. So, if you have a navigation bar or you have, side panels or other content, we just want to confirm the sale. After that, they can do what they want. But if you're sending them to something where there is any chance of distraction, then that's why I'm very keen on sending the personal message, them the details. So if you go to highlevelmasterclass.com, you can see my little format there where I've got the 8 modules. Yours is probably going to be similar to that. So you just you just replicate that type of thing, and you can send it through in a document with the link inside the document, which is just a 1-pager that you personal message them. Okay. So we don't need to worry about the extra step of the website yet, because that just slows down the sale. Does that make sense? So instead of 1 click gets them to the payment button or the payment gateway, instead of 1 click to the website, make sure it's got all the things, and I could be distracted because an email's just come in, then I've got to click. So it's a 1-step rather than a 2-step approach that we prefer.
Yeah. Okay, that would be great to learn that 1-step approach. But I'm not. I told her what we will be doing in the course, and she was. So what we are going to do, I told her that I told her about the first 3 lessons. So first, it's the business story, it's her childhood story, it's the story who she is now. And I said after every session, all the women will be building a vortex. So we all will be doing this, the hand technique, but the one woman is in the center and she will speak, and all the women will be doing this. So the clearing will be so strong. So I told her about that, and she was just...
Wow, that's genius as well. That's a sharing in a video. What did you just say? You said we're going to unpack their business story, their personal story, and their what?
Their childhood story and their now story.
Okay, business, childhood, and now story. That is another video. That is another Facebook Live, because remember, you want the early part of your program, those really simple, sexy, sassy pieces of juice, to be shared with people in free content. So you're not giving them the how, you're just saying, this is what we do. So think about your business story, think about your childhood story, and think about your now story. These are the 3 processes that I take people through in my Emotional Money Freedom program. But right now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to consider, what is your business story? Have you failed before? Have you succeeded more than you failed, but you still are carrying the burdens of those failures? What about your childhood? Were you subservient to money? Or was money, those sort of things. So you can come up with your own language. And then now, what is your story now? So you can get engagement from people and you're giving them really high value free content and food for thought, but you're planting the seed at the beginning. This is what I do in my Emotional Money Freedom program, and you're doing it at the end. So then you can just get them to comment below with their answers to the business. Which one do you want to work on right now? Which one carries the most, which one has the greatest emotional weight or pull against your financial freedom? Is it your business, your childhood, or your now story? Does that make sense? That's gold. That's gold, because they've already enrolled in an aspect, an early sexy aspect of your program by you sharing that with them.
They are connecting already. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And so then from there, all the people that comment, you might sort of say, look, you know, the next post you do, it might be a written one, which is asking a question. I think you're very captivating on video. You're going to give lots of beautiful content, which is what people will enroll themselves and grow their trust and rapport with you by seeing you and hearing you. Yeah. So then in that second video or post, you could tag all the people that commented on that first, the three stories. You could just give it a name. It's your three emotional stories. That's the thing. That's the theme of that. You tag all of those people in the next post where you're offering the complimentary emotional freedom breakthrough, emotional money breakthrough session, and say, you know, you commented on the last one. You guys tag. Would you like to take up this offer? You know, and in that second video, you're actually talking about the testimony or the case study rather of the woman that just signed on. Yeah.
And women do want to connect, so for them to have that could almost be another video, or you want me to make that part of that video, because for her it was that creating that vortex. That one woman is so safe, and all the other women do this for her.
That's a next video. That's a beautiful part. See the three story, the three emotional stories. That's one.
Yeah.
Then the case study is another, and then here's another example. Imagine a specific technique, and you might not even be talking to them and say a specific technique, and you're doing it for yourself. Where, you know, a devoted, loving, high vibration, you know, tribe of people are helping release you and that type of thing, you know, and this is the power of group. That's really good. And this frame you've got right now, where you've got the light and the wood around you, it's natural. You are captivating. You're front and center. The lighting doesn't have to be perfect on your face, because it means you're a real person and you're not trying really hard to get the frame perfect. But this wood around the outside and the color, and you just pop. I think that's really good. Yeah.
So you would do because you know, the video you watched, I've done outside on my front veranda. You'd rather do it indoors?
Mix it up. Between that one, I really love that with nature, and this one, it brings the earthiness of it. You know, it brings the energy with you. But I like how you fill the frame here. Whereas in your video that you sent me, you were still sort of a little bit, there was lots of white space or green space with the trees. I want you to be filling, like if I let me just take a screenshot right now.
I know what you're talking about, because my daughter took the videos. I keep sending her back so people don't see my wrinkles, Matt.
Yeah, this is the beauty. You can say, I've got stories in every one of these. Or just get a bit of alfoil and just sit it underneath you. So you got the light bouncing, you know. And you don't even have to rip it off. You can just roll it out and roll it back in. That's such a nano thing for me to say.
I really don't know. I can count on your advice.
That's really good. Really good. So between now and let's have another touch base early next week. But between now and then, what's a priority for you? What are you going to do? What's your next step?
Well, I think my next step would be re-listen to this and type the script out for my first video. Really think about the first video
Yeah.
That would be my next task, because that's how people will connect with me.
Okay, can I give you a tip on that?
Yeah.
Okay, what I would do is we just go straight back. Just have can you see the 3 squares?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Just create 3 squares on your page. And in there, I'd like you to write left to right. You can write your 3 emotional stories. You can write your case study, and the benefit of what's the value in that case study. So what's the anchoring message? And then the third one, you can write about the power of group healing. Okay, to release when people come together with a hive mind or a collective intention to free blocks. So they're your 3 videos. So while you unpack one, you might as well be unpacking all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Now, underneath those 3 boxes, I just want you to write 3 points, 3 dot points that are the takeaway. So as an example, it might be is introducing, under the first one is introducing the 3 emotional stories, asking which, describing briefly how each of those 3 emotional stories influence or impact upon your money. And then the third point is asking the question, which has the greatest density or impact or influence of your life right now. That's all you do for every one of those 3. So I don't want you to script it. I just want you to have those 3 in mind, and then you'll be You'll be flowing it. Okay.
I got a teleprompter.
You're all set up. Well, if you want to do that, do that. But you will get to a stage where those 3 points will just be your navigating beacons, and you will easily move from one beacon to the next because you are so proficient at talking about the subject. So let's not get it perfect. Let's just get in front of people. Yeah.
Okay.
But see how you go with that. So while you're unpacking one, you might as well unpack 3 because you'll see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good thing. Now, what about? So has anyone else taken you up on the complimentary session?
No, she was the only one. I posted in about 10 groups.
Okay.
But what I decided to, I want to put the post out today again, just change it a little bit, but put it out again.
Yep.
And then put a similar out until I got the videos done.
Good. So did you get any likes or regardless of that lady taking
one or 2 likes, but that's people that I know and they like about everything I do.
Okay, beautiful.
Including my ex-husband, he shared it.
Good. Well,
in Germany.
In Germany, love it. So yeah, change it up a little bit. Keep the image. I thought the image was really simple, but it said it perfectly. And you might add, in there just really briefly, one of your recent sessions resulted in a woman in 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it was, freeing half a lifetime of baggage. Something like that, So let's jump on this. It's high value. I'm here because if people know that, like, you are there to help them, you are there to serve them, you are there to all those sort of things, then it's going to come out, and people will just connect with you because they'll actually pull the barrier down, the sales barrier or perceived sales barrier down. We're having a conversation. I'm here to help you. Give me 20 minutes, gift yourself 20 minutes of time with me, and we'll uncover where it is, what it is, and help to get rid of it. Yeah. Or start freeing it. Yeah. So you're really enrolling them in that session. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Good.
Wow.
Genius.
I can see this happening.
Good. Yes, wonderful. Well, let's book in the next session, hey?